So the account's not looking that good right now. You guys can see that we're currently down about $32 on the account. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to announce that I'm gonna try and turn these $100 into $1 million, and we gotta hurry up because the market is officially open. 9:45 on Monday, and we already have the account ready to go. So obviously with one go, you can't turn $100 into $1 million. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm gonna be doing it 1 week at a time. So week 1 is to turn $100 to 200, week 2, 200, 400, week 3, 400, 800, and pretty much scale every single week like that. That is going to be key to have the compound interest grow with the account. Because with one shot, 100 to $1 million, it's impossible. So we slowly have to scale the account. But the goal is to actually double up the account every single week, as I tried this last time and failed. And if I double up correctly every single week, according to my calculations, we should be at $1 million in about 3.5 to 4 months if I use a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk to reward and I stick to 1 to 2 trades. But this is all gonna make sense in just a second. And to guarantee my success in this challenge and not blow it like the last one, I've set some rules in place. And these rules are the following. And the first is going to be that I can only trade the foreign exchange market. I cannot trade the stock market, crypto market, none of those. Only the foreign exchange market. Second is that every single trade that I take, I have to publicly share with you guys in my free Telegram, on my Instagram, Discord, YouTube here with you guys, absolutely everywhere. So you guys can see the trades real time, the before, the during, and the after, and you guys can capitalize off these trades with me. And then the third is that I cannot use anybody else's trades. I can only use my own analysis using my own strategy. I cannot use any signal providers, anybody in my community, nobody, only my analysis to get this challenge and succeed. And with that being said, let the challenge begin. All right, so we gotta get right into this because we are currently late. So yesterday it was actually my birthday. So right now it's 9:54 in the morning, Monday morning. Woke up a little bit late because it was my birthday yesterday. So I am officially now 24. I'm no longer young. Now I feel old as shit. But doesn't matter. Let's get right into this market right here. So we're gonna start off the challenge on GBP JPY. So actively right now for this week, we only have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pairs of interest. Obviously, I analyze a bunch of different markets. You guys can see right here, I pretty much analyze all of these markets when I pretty much look for the opportunities for the week ahead. But I only found good opportunities in 4 markets for this week. So the first one is going to be GBP JPY. So this is currently what the 4-hour time frame looks like, and it's giving me a very clear indication of a reversal pattern. So currently right now, this is the daily time frame, as you guys can see up here to the top left corner. And this is currently having a very clear bullish move to the upside. We've got very clean higher lows and then a very big higher high. If you look at this on the weekly time frame, you can see that we are now flicking over to the weekly time frame. We've had a very high move and then a weekly doji. Usually what happens after a very strong push is then you're going to have a retracement. Now, this trade that we're about to take, and it sucks that we're about to start the challenge on something like this, is a counter trend trade. This is a red flag. This is a no, because you want to be trading with the trend. But I don't know if because I analyzed the markets 2 weeks ago before I decided to start this challenge and they were great, and come this weekend there's not that many great opportunities, but it's okay. We can still actually make money because we're going to follow the trading plan. So you can clearly see how the daily time frame has then shifted bearish, and then how the 4-hour time frame, which is this one right here, we are creating what looks to be like a head and shoulders pattern. So this head and shoulders pattern has a very clear done a reversal. Now the only way I would look to sell is if we retest this level of resistance and support again. Clearly whenever we're under, we're selling. Whenever we're above, we're buying, and whenever we're under, we are selling. So I just want price to have a pullback into here again to then head to the downside. So that is the first pair, GBP JPY. This is my second pair. There's going to be GBP USD. So GBP USD currently right now on the daily time frame is looking like a very strong higher high push. So you can see this market has had a very strong push to the upside. Now, the key that you want to do with this is you want to continue to buy. But in order for you to continue buying with this, you are then to need a deeper pullback into here to then head to the upside. But this deeper pullback, you can actually trade that against the trend. Now it's not ideal, I repeat, it's high risk trade. I don't want to do it, but we're obviously taking high risk trades on this $100 account to then flip it. And it's with the opportunity the market is giving us currently right now. Because if not, I would probably not trade this week by the way the market is looking. And I do want to get involved, and if I could find a good probability trade setup. Remember, the key to flipping this account is going to be to only finding really good probability trade setups. So we go down to then, well, back to the daily time frame. You can see this daily time frame, that line right there. If I were to look left, you can see how it is a very well respected level of resistance all throughout here. So you see very strong level of support and then used as resistance. So when I go down to the 1 hour time frame, we have a very strong accumulation level at that resistance point. So the only way I would actually trade this is if we were to have a break retest out of that zone. So that is going to confirm to us that the daily time frame has had the higher high, and now we are going to potentially have that retracement. And if the 1 hour breaks out of this consolidation box, it's going to confirm to me that we are then going to have this pullback for then the daily time frame. So this is what it would look like on the daily. It would look like one big pullback, but on the 1 hour, there's going to be opportunities on the lower time frame. You know, we gotta see things for the future. Next is going to be Euro GBP. So Euro GBP currently right now, we have had a very strong bearish move to the downside, lower low, lower high, lower low. And we are now under this level of support. Now we're going to be using it as resistance. Daily time frame, we have clearly broken under this level of support. And now we're pretty much just waiting for it to use it as resistance. So we're literally waiting for this trade right here. This is a trade that we actually missed last week. And this is a beautiful left head, right shoulder, retest of the neckline, and then sell. The trade did not activate our entry by 1.5 pips because we just simply didn't have it. So sucks. It is what it is. That trade, what we do is, since we did not execute it, what we do is we just remove it. So right now, what we are waiting for on Euro GBP on the 4 hours, you can see that we're on the 4 hour up here. We are then going to actually wait for a pullback into this level. We're gonna wait for price to have a pullback to here, so then we can actually head to the downside. So Euro GBP, just waiting for a 4 hour pullback, have to be patient. And then lastly is going to be GBP CAD. So this is currently GBP CAD. If you notice, we're literally trading the Great British Pound throughout the whole entire week because it's the markets that are giving me the best opportunities. So same thing as GBP USD. The Great GBP CAD is at a very strong higher high. And if you notice, whenever the market has a strong higher high push, it has a retracement. Strong higher high push, retracement. Now we have a really strong higher high push. We are destined for that retracement. So what I'm going to wait for is any indications on that reversal, and I'm then going to enter the trade. So now we're on the 1 hour time frame on GBP CAD, and what I'm going to be waiting for is for price to then have a break and retest under this structural level right here. I'm going to be waiting for a break and retest in order to actually enter this trade, because then it confirms that it's shifting out of this bullish move to then head to the downside. So everything we got this week so far is a counter trend trade except Euro GBP. But all we got to do is just be patient. And if we blow the account, just do it again. Oh, and this time we're not fucking around. We got 4 phones this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 phones to literally track everything for you guys. My FX book, once again, it's Monday morning, currently 10 in the morning. And then you guys can see the account is currently at $100. Let the challenge begin. So we just finished Sunday swings with the guys, and one of the guys actually told me, I was just reading right now in the Discord, that literally 2 of the markets that I started off the challenge with last year in the last challenge are the same markets that I started off this year. So I want to go make sure and see of that right now. Just gonna cook some eggs first. Chef is not here anymore. Now we gotta cook ourselves. We might get a new chef very very soon. I literally had to come and watch this. So look, 11 months ago, you can clearly see this guy right here. Which, by the way, I don't know who this guy is or who he thinks he is, wearing 3 chains. Look at him. Bro, who did I think I was wearing 3 chains? I look at these videos and I cringe because I am not that person anymore. But you can see right here in the markets actually. So the first 2 pairs were actually GBP CAD and GBP USD. For this time around, literally a year later when we're doing the challenge, it's actually the 2nd pair and then the 3rd pair, which is actually pretty crazy. Oh, and by the way, I have to show you guys the MyFXbook account. You guys can see right here. So this is the 100 to the mil account. I'm just hiding it so you guys can see that it is clearly a real account. So this is where we're pretty much gonna track everything on this account. And I forgot, as I was watching the 100 to the mil series, I'm like, wait, I have the account, but I haven't connected it to MyFXbook. So we just did that right now. So with that being said, let's see where today takes us. All right, so right now, trade update. Damn, that's crazy that I'm saying that right now, trade update. That feels good, I haven't said that in a long time. Right now it's currently 3:35 in the afternoon. Markets are slow, haven't really moved. So right now we're gonna go hit the gym, the Cybertruck. So, gotta do some hood rat shit. Alright, so what I was saying is, there's something different that I want to do with this challenge is keep a perfect balance. Not be, because I don't want to get drained, I don't want to get burnt out of the challenge. So what I'm going to do is actually stay in my routine, doing my business meetings, go to the gym, go out. Before, what I would do, I would just stay up 24/7 throughout the whole week, and I was burnt out. The weekend I would just catch up on sleep and then do it again in the last challenge, and that's probably the main reason why I was burnt out and blew it. This time that is not going to happen. I'm gonna get shredded during this challenge because it's also a financial challenge, but a physical challenge, because I really do think that I can get to the best point I've ever physically been in my life. So that's why we're gonna be hitting the gym, cardio, doing everything. The challenge for the 100 to the mil is just a little cherry on top. So I have a theory, right? Every single time I'm gonna go eat at a restaurant, first of all, I need a chef badly because I hate ordering food and I hate cooking. I just need a chef, but now we gotta improvise. And this guy behind the camera eats 1,000 times more than I do, so I gotta order for 10 for this guy. But I have a theory, right? If you're gonna go eat at a new restaurant, just order everything on the menu. Don't order one thing, because let's say you don't like that one thing, then you gotta go back. And then let's say you go back and then you don't like that other thing again. You just wasted 2 trips to a place that you never liked. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that I will order everything in one shot. So I'm gonna get right now a juice, a pizza, a tuna tartare, 1 quinoa rice, 1 panini sandwich, another quinoa. Cause fuck it, right? So I'm gonna literally just try a little bit of everything, and then if I like it, well then I go back. If I don't like it, I never go back. All right, so food just got here. We're very strategic with it. We order the Uber Eats on the way home because as soon as we get here, you know, traffic, food gets here same time, genius. So we got whatever this is. What the fuck is this, bro? What is that, bro? I would never eat that.
I didn't know the bun was black. If I would have known, I would have picked it.
Do you have something against black buns?
Not necessarily.
Well, that doesn't look that attractive. Here, panini. I don't know. Explain this to me. Salad and chips. This right here was $25. We gotta go run later. We gotta burn this out. Every day, jog, minimum 20 minutes. Try to lose this right here. And the only way to sweat that pizza out is by running. This sucks. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so we just got back from the jog. Currently right now it is 10 o'clock at night, and you guys can see the first notification right here is a GBPY alert. So what I do is strategically, I set my alerts at an area of interest where I'm looking to enter the trade, so then I can actually execute it. So this actually happened 40 minutes ago. This literally happened as soon as we left for the jog, which is annoying because I wasn't notified 40 minutes ago. If I go now to TradingView, which you can come here and check it out, you guys can see how currently we are pulling up to that zone right now. So right now what I'm gonna do is shower, and then I'm going to pretty much get ready to enter this trade because I think it might be ready tonight. I think we're gonna enter the first trade tonight, bro.
On the first day?
On the first day, yeah. I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm not in a rush. As you can tell, last time what I would be doing, I'd literally be like running up the stairs to go take a trade. I know this is not gonna move within the next 2-3 hours because it's 10 o'clock. London session starts around 2 to 3 in the morning here, so there won't be any volume until then. So now I'm just gonna shower. I'm out here just waiting for the sweat to dry up a little bit. We ran. I got a WAP. So now we're tracking our performance with our health and our sleep. I'm gonna show you guys, because bro, last time that shit was bad. I was sleeping like 2-3 hours. Now I'm gonna literally show you guys working out, and I am actively up to date with the health. Health is everything. If your health is good, money will come. If you're consistent with the gym, you'll be consistent with the shit that you gotta do to get money. So we'll tune in probably back in an hour.
You do realize this is the most important trade of the whole challenge.
Yeah, I know, right? The first one is the most fucking important trade. I'm treating it like, ugh. Because it is. It's like, I mean, I guess it is exciting, but like, dude, we've done this already. It's not our fucking first time, bro. We got this, bro. You know? Come on. All right, guys. So market update. It is currently 1 in the morning, and honestly, it looks like we're gonna have to trade London session tonight. I took a nap earlier. Caught me taking a nap, so it looks like might have to trade London session. I don't want to do this, but I'm not tired. I'm not, you know, forcing myself to stay up. Fall asleep, miss a trade, no big deal. Just come over here to the phones, and you can see that on the Android, it's not 1 in the morning because this time is wrong, but $100 account. This is the same account right here. You can see it's 1 in the morning, and then this is my FX book as well as 1 in the morning, showing you guys the balance of the whole entire account. So I'm showing you guys the tracking of the account on different phones and multiple different platforms and different types of phones, so you guys can literally not have any doubts about the challenge. I'm showing you guys how legit this is because he's like, nobody's able to do it this legit. So to actually come over here to the markets, and we have GBP, JPY, which earlier we had the notification of price reaching our area of interest, which was this alarm right around here. So price notified us that price reached to that point. So now that we're here and we've had the pullback that I've been anticipating, I go down to then the lower time frames, such as the 1 hour, and I'm going to be looking for a bearish engulfing area at this level, something like this right here. This is a beautiful bearish engulfing candlestick, engulfing the previous one. Look at that beautiful move to then the downside. So I'm going to be looking for price to engulf this candlestick right here, the bottom of that candlestick. If it engulfs it, I'll pretty much be looking to enter the trade, and then I would have my stop loss right around here, and then probably my take profit right around somewhere here, where I would have a minimum of a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. So London session is probably going to start in about an hour and a half, more or less. If I stay up, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. If I don't get that bearish engulfing candlestick, I will not enter the trade. I'm going to be very patient because the first trade is pretty much the most important one. It's going to get me out of the hole. So I'm going to be very selective on the first trade. Let's go look at the other markets actually. So next market is GBP USD, and you guys can see how earlier today this market was literally at the high, and the high of this market is where we were anticipating for price to break and retest under the zone. So we actually hit the bottom of that zone and we weren't able to actually retest it. This is what it looks like on the daily. So the daily looks like it has a very nice daily doji, which is good because this is indicating that the market has hit a high point and it has stopped. The market hit a high point and it stopped. Now it can potentially start having a reversal. So you're seeing how the market starts creating these different type of patterns where you can almost predict what's going to happen next. So here you can see that we've had the daily doji at the strong level of resistance. And if I actually come here and this level of resistance, I double tap this line, this box will pop up right here. And this is actually a round psychological level, 1.30 thousand. It's actually a little bit more above than I would anticipate, but you can see right here, round psychological level, 1.30 thousand. Or like the smart money concept guys would call it bank zone or order block, whatever bullshit they want to say. It's a level of support and resistance, same shit. So we go over here now down to the 1 hour, and you can see how the 1 hour has created this strong level of support here. And what we are going to literally wait for is this. So as of right now, we have already had the push down. So I removed this leg on the push down. Now we just need the actual break of it. So we need something like this, retest, and then we'll be entering the trade to the downside. So GBP USD currently loading. Euro GBP next, we have this level of interest right here, waiting for price to have the pullback to then head to the downside, just simply waiting for that to then make its way. And then lastly, we have GBP CAD, which where did it go? And then GBP CAD, which I just found it just got lost for whatever reason, is going to be the next pair. And as you can see, we've had the continuous push to the upside. What we were looking for mainly is on this 1 hour time frame. What we were waiting for is for price to have a break and then a retest under this level here. So then we can actually enter the trade to the downside. So this is basically a little bit similar to GBP USD. Just look, if you were to look at GBP USD, if you were to look at the market here, this is GBP CAD. If we look at GBP USD, it actually already had the push. GBP CAD hasn't had the push just yet. So GBP USD technically ahead of it. That's why I'm more interested in it. But right now, 1 in the morning, the only trade that we're actually about to enter is GBP JPY. And that candlestick did not close engulfing. So we have about 57 minutes for this next candlestick to close. I'm gonna wait for it, and about 57 minutes is gonna be 2 in the morning. So if we enter the first trade, set and forget. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning. All right, guys, good morning. It is currently July 16th, Tuesday morning. So obviously we stayed up last night, so about like 3 in the morning-ish. Sebas knocked out. I stayed up to catch this trade, and it was for no reason, because let me just explain. So first of all, let me show you guys the market right now. So you guys can see we are currently in the position, and this is literally the max that I can honestly risk on the account. Even if I wanted to enter a position right now, it would not let me because I don't have enough leverage. My leverage right now is 1 to 500. So this is the max that I can literally execute on the market, which is, what is that, like 1.2 lots? So let me show you guys the market on the trade. So last night, remember that I explained to you guys that I was waiting for the market to have a body closure under this line right here. So we had that body engulfing candlestick, and then I pretty much entered on the little quick pullback of the next one. And now that was for no reason, because all of London session, as soon as I fell asleep, literally did nothing. I'm on 3 hours of sleep for nothing. Oh, let's show them the time. Currently it is 8:25 in the morning. So what does that mean? Slept 3.5 hours?
It's an amazing first day.
We're doing this again. We're doing this again. We're doing this again. But the point is that now price is pulling back into the area where we entered. Usually what should happen is that as soon as we enter the trade, it just goes down with the momentum of the session. But now we haven't. But it is what it is. Enter the trade, set and forget. My prediction is that now from here, it is going to go down. So this is basically what I want to show you guys here, is just basically this candlestick look like it's pulling back into that area, but we're just gonna honestly set and forget. Next is GBP USD. We had a little bit of this break right here that we were anticipating, but if we were to look at it on the 4 hour, which is this time frame right here, we did not have that body closure under this box, which really the box should be right around here, but obviously on the 1 hour it would be around this level. We had the break, and on the retest, no engulfing candlestick, no trade. That is the importance of following a trading plan. You can literally stay up all night, wait 3 days for the trade. If there's no entry, no trade. As of right now, this was not executed because there was no opportunity. And then Euro GBP, we're waiting for the market to have its pullback to this area, which we are still actively waiting for. And then lastly, GBP CAD, which we've had the push all the way to the upside. Basically at this point, we have not had the break and retest under, so we are still just actively waiting. The only position that is actively live right now is GBP JPY, and all we gotta do at this point, set and forget. To update the time, it is currently 8:27 in the morning, Tuesday morning. So I got it 1 minute ago, positive $15. Now we are about to hit margin call on the account 1 minute later. But this trading is so funny, dude. Oh my god. All right, so trade up there right now. It looks, so as you guys can see right here, we are currently pretty much about to blow the accounts. We're about 37% right now. And it looks like this candlestick is making highs right now. So that's a very strong 1 hour bullish engulfing candlestick. Oh no. Yeah, that's not good. So if that candlestick closes like that in the next 20 minutes, because we have 20 minutes left in this candlestick closure, we're pretty much cooked. Because then the next candlestick would just, and we're not even halfway to our stop loss, and we're already down pretty much a third. So, you know, because you have to count in spread, commission, and all that shit. Yeah, if this trade goes up, we're cooked. But it's okay, because guess what? We just do it again. It's just $100. All right, guys, market update. I'm on the camera right now. Sebastian had to go do whatever he had to go do. Trade is looking well. So this is a trade update right now. So we are currently sitting at around $131 in profit. And the trade has literally had a beautiful rejection from this area right here. We've had a little bit of a pullback, so that candlestick did end up indeed closing engulfing, but not above this structure point or that one, so that was good. And now we're pretty much just set and forgetting. GBP USD, on the other hand, which was the other market, it literally had the retest on the lower time frame, and then it had the push. We're looking for that retest on the higher time frame. It just didn't happen. It happened on the lower time frame, but the movement is actually happening. Euro GBP still hasn't made it here, and then GBP CAD, it is waiting still for this break and retest to then head to the downside. But GJ, which is a trade that we are actively in right now, is looking very well. And then the current time right now is 12:49 p.m. So as of right now, set and forget. Probably gonna go eat right now and then potentially hit the gym. Had Zoom meetings all day, and then probably a little bit more Zoom meetings. It's the reality of my life lately. It's just trade, meetings with the guys, and then gym, sleep, repeat. Fun life, right? Sometimes it is. All right, guys, so trade update. It is currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the trade right now currently looks like this. So literally right around break even. The daily candlestick is looking like a bullish daily candlestick. 4 hour looks like some bearish rejections, and then you can see right here how the trade is literally break even. So we stayed up, got 4 hours of sleep for no reason, but we technically are winning a trade today, and we are up. So today we get to drive the Ferrari. The days we don't make money, we drive the Sprinter Maybach. The days we make money, we drive the supercars. Cold start, you ready? What we're gonna do is we go hit sauna or run later. We're gonna go straight home right now and run. So currently it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and probably get home in like 20-25 minutes, and then go for about a 25-minute run. Running sucks. My foot is just fucking fat. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, guys, market update. It is currently 10 o'clock at night, and the markets are not looking that good. The account is not looking that good, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna set and forget throughout the whole entire night. We don't have to stay up watching the market. We already stated to enter the trade. Now we simply just set and forget. The trade either hits our stop loss or hits our take profit. So the account's not looking that good right now. You guys can see that we're currently down about $32 on the account, and that is because the daily time frame closes a bullish candlestick. So as you guys can see right here, the daily bullish candlestick was very strong, and it engulfed this previous one, and the body still didn't make it to these body structures right here. So this next daily candlestick could simply go a little bit higher than the other one. The 4-hour has had 2 strong bullish engulfing candlesticks, which are not, well, this one's engulfing, this is just a bullish candle. That is not good. But what does look good is the 1-hour. So the 1-hour is clearly creating accumulation and rejecting at this level. We just pretty much have to set and forget. What I really want from this candlestick right here, and it's what it's looking like it's doing, even though it still has 53 minutes left for it to close, we need this candlestick to close like a bearish engulfing like this one, so then that can then give it the movement to the downside. So as right now, we're currently down $35 on the challenge. We just have to set and forget and then wait for the market to either go back into profit or simply blow the account. Next is GBP USD. So GBP USD, we had the little quick retest earlier, but we did not have the movement to the downside because we had this pullback above the area of interest. We want to have the retest and then the rejection under this level of support and resistance. Then the daily time frame close as a daily doji. So I always am a strong believer that these dojis always get that wick filled. You see this wick right here? Filled it. See this wick filled? Now really we can fill this wick to the downside. And then this is where I'm going to be waiting for a little break and retest under to actually be able to be interested in this trade. So I'm going to be waiting for something like this in order for us to actually execute on this trade. But obviously I cannot enter this trade because I'm maxed out margin on GBP JPY. So I can't really do much other than just let the other trade play out. But just updating you guys on what the markets are doing. Lastly, the Euro GBP is now on its way to the area of interest. We haven't quite made it there yet, so there's nothing that we can do. And then GBP CAD, if you guys look at it on the 1-hour time frame, which is the time frame that we're mainly looking at it, we still haven't had that break and retest under, so I am simply not interested at all. There's nothing that we can do. GBP JPY, it's what we're in right now. We simply have to do one thing, and that is set and forget. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning, and let's see how we wake up with the account. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to announce that we have reached the goal for the week. Actively right now, we are currently up $330, you guys can see here. So last night, literally what I said happened. One second. So look, check it out. GBP JPY, right after that 1-hour bearish engulfing candlestick, literally the whole momentum throughout London session was that bearish move to the downside. Had my take profit set at a 1 to 3.4 risk to reward. So meaning if I risked $100 here, then I would have made $340 right here. As you guys can see, that is literally the math that is happening right now. Now, some of you guys may be asking yourselves, why didn't the trade take me out at my take profit point where I have it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the whole point of set and forget. I don't ever actually put the take profit numbers. So I never actually plug in this number because I want to maximize the risk to reward that I get on the trade. I always put the stop loss because I want to cut my losses short, but I never want to cut my profit short. So even though we obviously, we're probably up like $600-700, this trade did end up putting back a little bit. So right now we are at this point right here. This trade is giving us a 1.38 risk to reward. Beautiful bearish move. The trade played out perfectly. Daily time frame, we have a beautiful bearish engulfing candlestick. Everything playing out perfect. So our goal for this week was to turn $100 into $200. We're actually up $400. So we just hit the target for this week and for next week. So we have a whole week ahead, which is pretty cool. Next, just to show you guys a market update on the other markets. So this is GBP JPY. GBP USD, as you can see, we were waiting for that break and retest under to then sell. We did not get that break and retest under, meaning we did not enter the sell. This is the importance of patience. No break and retest, no entry, loss avoided. This is the importance of having a trading plan and sticking to it. Euro GBP, you guys can see I never quite really made it into that zone, so we simply never executed the trade. And then GBP CAD, same exact thing. We were waiting for a break and retest under in order to sell. We never got it. We never executed the trade. This is the importance of having a trading plan. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not get more legit and more transparent than that right there. Just to put you guys a little bit into perspective, if this were to be $1,000, we would be up $3,500 right now. If this were to be $10,000, we would be up $35,000. And if this were to be 100 grand, we would be up $350,000. Nothing changes in the markets. The only thing that changes is how much money you have in the account and how much money you're risking. This candlestick is going to close in 15 minutes over here. So I want to see how this candlestick closes right here in 15 minutes. And then based off of that, I'll then make my decision. And let's see if we can then this week flip this $450 to then $800 or $900, because that would put us really fast into the margin that we need to be in order for us to flip the $100 to the mil a lot faster. So I'll keep you updated. Straight up there right now, it is currently 2:30 in the afternoon. Pretty much we closed at a $437 in profit. You guys can see it here on the motion level video. There's fans everywhere here, man. By the way, I love you guys. Trust me, I have so much love for the fans. All like literally. You guys know where I live. It's fucking crazy. But we're here showing you guys the account. You guys can see here my FX book, pretty much how it's looking. Currently up $437. These are pretty much the fees we gotta pay. These are the orders. Well, there's nothing open right now. This is the history though. You guys can see here both positions that we ended up taking. That's the profit that we closed in. And now, same shit. Gym time. You know, it sucks that we only get to drive one supercar now. Lamborghini twin turbo, just sold it. Wide body yours is at the shop. The rear brake caliper is broken, they're fixing it. The Porsche, I blew the second gear on the Porsche drifting. Rolls Royce is finally getting done, wrapped, should be done today or tomorrow. What other car do I have? The Maybach I'm not gonna drive. Oh yeah, I sold the Scat Pack, got rid of the Scat Pack. Scat Pack is gone. That was probably the dumbest thing I ever bought.
Yeah, the side-by-side.
The side-by-side is in the shop as well. Bro, half of my fleet right now is in the shop. I only get to drive a Ferrari right now. Fuck. All right guys, market update. It is currently Wednesday night, 11:47 p.m. And you guys can clearly see the account is currently at $437. Now, you might be asking yourself, am I gonna keep trading? Am I gonna stop trading? Well, my goal for this week was to turn $100 into 200, and then next week 200 to 400. So technically I reached the goal for this week and for next week. What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. Would you stop trading for the week and next week, or would you look for other opportunities just with a lower risk? That's what I'm thinking right now. I don't want to stop trading because if there's great opportunities in the market, why should I just simply not take them? I might just take them, but obviously instead of risking the higher amount that I was supposed to, I'm going to risk simply half that much because I'm on tracks. I'm literally ahead of the time that I have planned to pass 100 to the mil. Let me just show you guys a little bit of the market. So this is the beauty of having a beautiful trend continuation pattern. This trade, if I would have continued hold all the way to this point, would have gave me a 1 to 8, meaning I would have turned the $100 to $800 in one single move without doing anything. I would have literally saved 3 weeks on one move, but obviously I'm sticking to my plan. So as of right now, this market is actively having a pullback to what looks to be like this level of resistance right here. But I'm not really that interested on GBP, JPY anymore. We got the money from it and we're pretty much gone. The next market is we have this GBP USD. We've clearly had a break to the upside. And as of right now, I am not interested in anything on GBP USD other than this break and retest under. Euro GBP, this is the one that I'm liking right now because it is approaching this area of interest on this previous structure level. So we finally have well, we haven't made it just yet. We're getting there very soon. So now I'm going to be waiting for either a bearish engulfing candlestick from this level here, so then we can sell. And then GBP CAD, we never had the break and retest under. So what I do is I come over to this section right here now, and I'm gonna put Euro GBP as my number one pair that I'm gonna be simply interested in, which is a bearish engulfing candlestick here. Something like this engulfing here, this engulfing here, this engulfing here. So all we have to do is be patient. Might trade London session again today. We're just gonna lower our risk. So with that being said, it's day 3, going way better than the last challenge to start off. And all I gotta say is set and forget. All right, guys, good morning. Trade up there right now. It is currently 9:21 in the morning. Pretty much nothing really happened last night. Let me show you guys. It looks like it's happening right now. So last night we were anticipating for this candlestick right here to have a bearish engulfing candlestick under this candle to then enter the trade. We were pretty much looking for something like this, right? Once it did engulf, our stop loss would have been around here, and then we would have sold. Luckily, we wait for that entry signal. You have to wait for the entry signal. No entry signal, no trade. What do? We avoided a loss. So this right here is a prime example of patience pays. But now it looks like we've actually perfectly tapped into this area of interest. Here on the daily time frame, you can see a daily wick is currently creating. And now if this 4-hour candlestick closes under this candlestick right here, pretty much under here, then I would be interested in then entering this trade. This candlestick would take about another 4 hours to close because this is a 4-hour candlestick. So we had to remain very patient. GBP, JPY literally did nothing. You guys can see here that obviously throughout the night, we just decided to have a little pullback. We just pretty much slowed down. GBP USD, we did have a little bit more of a retracement, but once again, the only way I'll take this trade is if we do this. And then GBP CAD, just not even interested at all. We could dish it for the week. The only one we're interested in right now is Euro GBP. So patience pays, and this is exactly what experience gives you. Waiting for that entry signal, waiting for it to hit the area of interest, just avoided the loss. I could have literally just blown the account if I wasn't a little bit patient. So actively right now, it is 9:32 in the morning. The account is currently sitting at $437 still exactly the same. Now let's wait, see what the market's doing.
You're looking like a shorter version of Mike Thurston.
My boy. All right, guys, market update. It is currently Friday, 1 in the morning. So pretty much today, no trading volume. Spent the majority of the day just home. Pretty much what I do every single day. Currently, the market is still exactly the same. I mean, the account is still exactly the same. Let me show you guys the market though. So earlier today, we were waiting for price to have a bearish engulfing candlestick under this line right here. We did not have that, so we did not take the trade. Daily time frame did not close with a daily rejection, so there's nothing that we can do. GBP JPY did start having a little bit of a pullback, pretty much how we anticipated, but I'm not interested in it. GBP USD has officially broken under. Now we're gonna wait for a little retest to then head to the upside. We did have a little bit of a quick retest here, but not quite what I would want. I wanna have something like this. Retest, bearish candle, and enter. So we're gonna wait for this pullback. This might be ready for next week. And then GBP CAD just hasn't really done anything. So let's see if we can get GBP USD to have that pullback tonight during London. If not, we'll take it in the last couple of hours of New York on Friday. Obviously not too close to market close. If not, worst case, pretty much done trading for the week. I'll update you guys in the morning and see how it goes. And just like that, the week has come to an end. This has been probably one of the best starts to the 100 to the Mill challenge that I could have probably ever asked for. But before I do a recap, let me just show you guys how the markets closed off. So you guys can see here that Euro GBP, we did not have the bearish engulfing candlestick at this point or at this point, so we never actually entered this trade at all. And this is key, and I'm showing you guys how you can avoid a loss. Being involved in the market is not how you make money in the market. It's actually avoiding the unnecessary trades to be involved in the market. So less is more in trading. Next is GBP JPY. You can see our trade pretty much didn't pull back exactly where we wanted it to enter again, but we already made the money that we had to on the trade that we took. So we just set and forget that market. GBP USD did not retest this level to then sell, so we never took the trade. And then GBP CAD never had the break and reach us under, so then we never took the trade. This is a prime example showing you guys how patience pays, and it's going to be the key to making money in this challenge and successfully flipping the challenge. So you guys saw, to give you guys a little bit of a recap, how we traded this week and how I plan to continue to trade for the rest of this challenge. At the beginning of the week, we analyzed the markets on Sunday swings with the students, and we picked out the top 3, top 4 pairs that we're going to trade for the week. And the most aggressive one was going to be GBP JPY because it was a counter trend trade. Because we're trading against the trend, but you can almost predict that the market is going to have that pullback because of a reversal pattern, shift of structure, break of structure, EMA, candlestick rejection, all these different types of confluences that give you more of a reason to enter the sell versus the buy with the market, and that the market almost needed that sell. Then after we took that trade, we set and forget, got about a 1 to 4 risk to reward on the trade, which is amazing because it actually set us above our take profit goal for the week. The goal for the week was 200 bucks. We got it up to $437, which is literally double of what we predicted. But then after that, instead of calling it a week, we pretty much looked for another trade opportunity to enter the market, which is going to be Euro GBP, which was hopefully take the account from 400 to 800, but we did not take the trade because we had to wait for that specific entry signal. So we took a trade and then we avoided a loss later down that week because we remained patient and we follow the set and forget strategy. If you want to know more about the set and forget strategy, where it lets me find markets just like these, click the link in the description below because that is exactly where I host calls every single Sunday with my students, and I'm sharing the trades that I am actively going to be trading during the 100 to the mil with them. Every single Sunday, I give them the markets that I am going to be trading during the 100 to the mil so they can have the same exact results as me and they can flip their accounts and do whatever they want to do with their own funds because these markets are giving amazing opportunities, and I'm sharing it with my students every single Sunday. I get on a call with them and I share these trades with them when they join the Set and Forget community. So if you want to know more about it, click the link in the description below so you can see what the Set and Forget community is about. But with that being said, this is pretty much a wrap of week 1 of the 100 to the mil challenge. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because this is only getting started and I can see this going very, very, very far this time. I'm very confident and I'm more excited than ever to do this challenge. Appreciate you guys watching this video all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in the next one.